When I started work at the book printing plant, Kingsport Press, back in 1967, I knew from the first day I was just passing through. I was there to earn money for college, and that was it. I had no interest in the work or the people who worked there. Why get involved, I asked myself. I'm not going to be around long. Then a funny thing happened. I got involved. First off, it was the people. The folks I'd seen as a faceless mass became individuals. They had families and lives outside of work they just loved to talk about. There was a machine operator who played semi-pro baseball, a guy on the folder who painted very nice landscapes and sold them to his fellow workers, a professional wrestler who wrestled on local TV, and a guy who drove to New York once a year to see Broadway shows. The other thing that sucked me in was the work. I came in thinking of it as mindless drudgery, but it wasn't. It quickly became apparent to me these people cared about what they did. I mean, they really cared. They took pride in it. It was personal and it was catching. Before long, I felt the same way. Everyone knew if they did their job poorly, it would mess up the other people down the line. We had supervisors, but we didn't really need them. It was a self-policing operation. If someone was slacking off, others were quick to correct them, but they were generous to each other too. Almost every night a collection box would go around for someone who had a new baby or a death in the family. Sometimes the money was for people who didn't even work there anymore. Over the year I was there, I became so involved it was hard for me to leave. I did, of course, but not without some real soul-searching. I learned the most important thing I will ever learn at that job. It's a lesson they don't teach in business school. The workers are the ones who make or break a business. If they care about the work, and they usually do, you can't lose. Treat them right, and they'll give their life's blood to make the enterprise a success. Unfortunately, if they're treated badly, many of them will work just as hard to make up for poor management because they care. It's not just a job, it's what they do. I'm sure most of the people I worked with had retired by the time Kingsport Press was closed down and the work sent overseas, but it still made me sad. I'm sure their replacements were no less dedicated and decent. But I know it left a hole in their lives as it did in mine, because when you get involved with something like that, you want it to endure, even if you can't be a part of it anymore.